So I'm going to do a little revision with everyone today, and revision in a sense, I just want to make sure that everybody's brushed up and back again. These are the consonants. These are the Beghe the Kefet, right? The guttural letters.
One second, one minute. I lost the screen. What did you say? Beghe the Kefet letters. Okay.
These are the Beghe the Kefet letters, right? So these are all the consonants. These are the gutturals. Aleph, He, Chet, Ain, and Resh, and the quiescent letters, right? Tend to become quiescent or lose their sound as they get assimilated in a word. Okay, those are quiescent letters. Too much of sound, then somebody's mic is on. This mute. Okay, then we have the phonetic consonants. All the consonants have put together the phonetic sounds for all of you all. Okay. Simple rules for the basic Hebrew, which I've put it in simple writing for all of you all. The nikud in its entirety, right? All the different nikuds. Okay. A type, E type, I type, O, U type with the composite Shiva. Okay. So
can you show the whole slide so that we can watch the recording? I mean,
yeah, I'm sending this to you. This full yeah. So yeah, so the original Hebrew language consisted of consonants only, without vowels added, and were not represented in writing. Its vocalization were learned, exercised, remembered by the reader as verbally taught as a child. Even till today, the Hebrew schools and synagogues are devoid of nikud, and the reader has to depend upon a learned reading experience of vocalization. Right? Like in any other language, there are nuances and exceptions in the grammatical use of nikud, which we will learn as we go ahead in the course. Then we learned about syllables, right? The rules for syllables. The syllabification of words are categorized as either open or closed, as defined. An open syllable is one which ends with a vowel, and a closed syllable is one which ends in a consonant. Before this nikud system was developed, they basically used the He, Yod, and the Vav to represent basic vowel sounds. Like Mem and He used to be A, Ma, Mem and Yod used to be I and E, Me or Me, and Mem and Vav used to be Mu and Mo, right? And so that's how they used to write it in ancient Hebrew. But then when the nikud system was started in Tiberias, we have the new nikud system. So anyway, but you know about closed and open syllables. Then we learned about the Dagesh Lene and the Dagesh Forte, right? The Beghe, the Kefet, the sounds. When do we use a Dagesh Lene? When do we use a Dagesh Forte? 6 consonants mnemonically are called Beghe, the Kefet. Okay. The gutturals do not use any Dagesh. Aleph, He, Chet, Ain, and Resh do not use any Dagesh. Okay. Please make a note of this. All other 11 consonants except for these will use Dagesh Forte. Okay, they will use the strong Dagesh, which means they will double. They have the nature of doubling by using the Dagesh Forte. So the sound of the consonant is doubled to compensate for assimilation of a similar consonant. Sometimes, for instance, the consonant in a syllable is doubled for smoother pronunciation. That's the use of Dagesh Forte. Then we learned about the Shiva, right? Shiva, you've got all your notes, you've got everything. Simple Shiva, composite Shiva, the 4 rules of Shiva. Okay, composite Shiva. Only the gutturals will use composite Shiva. Only the gutturals will use the 3 types of composite Shiva. That's Khataf Patak, Khataf Segol, and Khataf Kamats. Then we done the inseparable. Did we do the inseparable preposition with you guys? No, right? I don't think so. Okay, from this is where we need to actually start with. So, what is a preposition? A preposition is something that gives direction to any verb or to any noun, right? So, to, for, in, with, by, on, under, all that stuff comes in as prepositions. But the most common use for prepositions is what we would be studying here in the Hebrew. The prefix for any word, when it comes as a lamed, bet, or a kaf, each of them are used as a preposition as the first word of the first consonant of a syllable, right? And these prepositions have no existence as separate words, but like the article, they attach themselves to a word as prefixes. They're therefore called inseparable prepositions. So it is not separate from a word. It is conjoined to a word. Let's take a look at a familiar conjugation with a regular nikud. Now, here we have melech, mem, segol, lamed, segol, and kaf sofit, melech. If I want to say to a king, right, or for a king, depending on the context, I will use lamed with the sheva. Le melech, le melech, le melech. If I want to use in, with, or by a king, it will be be melech, be melech. And as or like a king, it will be khe melech, khe melech. So this khe, this bet, this lamed, they're all prepositions, but they're inseparable because they are co-joined with a word. Now, when you have, because the preposition comes with a sheva, because it's not a word, right? It's added to a word. So how do you use a nikud to any one of these prepositions? Therefore, it takes on a sheva because it's devoid of a nikud. So therefore, it takes on a sheva. Now, what happens when there are two shevas together with a preposition? Like the word Shmuel, Shemuel, Shmuel. If I have to add the lamed to it, will be Le Shemuel, right? Two shevas together. In this case, when it is prefixed to a word whose first letter has a sheva, then since two shevas tend to cancel each other out, the first sheva is replaced with a kirik. Shemuel will become Lishmuel. 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 Bishmuel. Kishmuel. Okay, it gets subsumed. What happens? It gets subsumed. So it will not be Leshmuel, it will be Lishmuel, Bishmuel, Ishmuel. Somebody's mic is still on. Please put your mic off. Okay, there is an exception to these rules as usual. What happens when the exception one is when we see that you have a double sheva, but when you have a double sheva that comes with a yud, the one above, we see that the sheen had a sheva, but what happens when a word starts with a yud and you have to add the preposition to the yud? Again, you are stuck with a double sheva, but the rule changes when it's a yud. When it is a yud, it becomes a kirik malay, right? So the yud gets subsumed into the preposition and it becomes a kirik malay. Therefore, it becomes a long sounding nikud. See, Look at this now. Yehuda, Yehuda. The word starts with the yud, with the sheva. I have to add a lamed with the sheva out there. Because it is a yud and the sheva, it becomes li huda, li huda. So this yud gets subsumed into the preposition and it becomes li huda, bi huda, chi huda. Please make a note of this. Very, very important. Yehuda becomes li huda, bi huda, ki huda. These are all the different exceptions you guys have to remember. Okay. Great. Exception 2, but when it comes with the composite sheva. Now the composite sheva is used by the gutturals, right? By the gutturals, like Edom, Edom. Another special case is when the inseparable preposition is prefixed to a word whose first letter is a guttural and uses a composite sheva. In this case, the sheva of the preposition takes on a short vowel as under. So Edom, Edom becomes Le Edom, Le Edom, Be Edom, Ke Edom. It takes on the liquid of the composite sheva. So if the composite sheva is a patak, okay, then it will take on a patak. If it's a sheva, it take on a sheva. Okay. If it's a chamatz, it will take on a chamatz. It will be chamatz gadol. Okay. So just make note of this. Ke'adam, be'adam, le'adam, le'adom. Okay. With quiescent letters now. When you have this conjugation with the quiescent letter, the quiescent letters again, most of them are gutturals. So Aleph is a quiescent letter. Here, although you're saying Elohim, but you're not pronouncing the Aleph, you're pronouncing the Likud. Elohim. You're pronouncing the Sereo there. Elohim. In this case, the the Aleph assimilates into quietness, into being silent, becomes quiescent and becomes Le Lohim. Le Lohim. Le Lohim. Be Lohim. Che Lohim. What happens? The Aleph subsumes and becomes silent. It becomes Le Lohim. Be Lohim. Che Lohim. Interesting. Now look at this now. Now what happens when you have to conjugate this a preposition with a definite article? So when the inseparable preposition is followed by the definite article, which is the consonant he, the article is scarcely audible and falls away, forming the conjugation as in the example below. So this original conjugation of Le Hamelech to the king becomes Lemmelech. Lemmelech. So the he falls away and the mem doubles with a dagish forte out there. Le Hamelech becomes Lemmelech. No, Lammelech, sorry. Lammelech. So remember, Le with the Sheva becomes La, Lammelech. Look at this now here. What do we have? We have Leha becomes La, Leha becomes La, Lehe becomes Le, Be Ha becomes Be, Beha becomes Ba, Behe becomes Be, Keha becomes Ka, Keha becomes Ka, and Kehe becomes Ke. So this is the conjugation that will come. Remember this conjugation? This only happens by practice and by reading. So this is meditative reading. So whenever you're reading and you have the scripture in front of you, always tend to write sentences. Do not try to read without writing. So as you're writing, write slowly, contemplatively, with kavana, and as you're writing, you will realize all these combinations and these exceptions we're talking about. It will all come alive. But writing and reading together is very, very important, because that's practicality. Because once you come to that stage of writing and reading together, you're done, you're made. Okay. These are all the rules of preposition which you will find in biblical Hebrew. Now, what about the merged preposition, right? The preposition min, which is basically from. It is the only preposition that is separate from a word. It's not. But in certain cases, it is merged with the word. Okay, and the rules for it change accordingly. So the preposition min, which is from, is also prefixed to the word it governs depending upon structure. It usually is separated from the word when there is a definite article, else it is merged as under. So min ha-melech, from the king, can also be written as meham-melech, meham-melech, meham-melech. Okay, so you will remove the hey goes completely silent. Sorry, the min goes completely silent, the nun, and is replaced by a sere, and the mem is doubled. Me ham melech. Min ham melech becomes me ham melech. When it is used before ordinary consonants, which are not gutturals and which are not quiescent, then it loses the nun, right? So min shaul. So basically, look at the word now. If you look at the word shaul, you add the preposition min shaul, then conjugated defectively as min shaul, and then you remove the nun from here and becomes mish aul, mish shaul. So these I'm showing you the entire steps of how it's conjugated. The word shaul, you add the preposition min shaul, okay, then the construct form min shaul, which is reduced to mish shaul. Mish shaul.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How did the shin suddenly get a dagesh?
Because you're removing the nun from there, therefore you just like the mem doubles, the shin also doubles. See, above the mem is also doubling, right? Ham melech, mishaul.
Yeah, that's exactly. I noticed it first, and I see it happening again. So how does that happen? I mean, is it a law written in stone that it has to happen, or we have to assume that it happens?
No, it happens. That's how the Hebrew is, because you're removing consonants, so therefore they tend to double the second consonant. So I'm giving you the progression. Shaul, min Shaul. This is the construct, min Shaul. You remove the nun and then you double the shin, mishaul, mishaul. This is the final form. This is the construct form. This is the form with the preposition, and this is the root word.
So if I were to write a word from Shaul or from Saul,
mishaul.
Would it be wrong if I wrote min Shaul?
This is also right. Not a problem.
Okay.
This also is right because of redundancy of speech. So instead of saying min Shaul, they say mishaul. It's because sometimes speech dominates construct words, right? So it's like you're inventing you're constructing words according to how you're speaking. It's a nuance. Got it? So there's nothing wrong with Min Shaul. It's perfect, grammatically perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. Only thing, it's laborious to speak it. So therefore, to adjust the redundancy of speech, they remove the nun and they double the shin, and so it becomes Mishaul. Got it, everyone?
Also, I noticed that Shaul becomes Min, which is Nun Sofit.
Yes.
Then when it conjoins with a word, because you cannot have a Sofit, it's only an end form.
Correct.
It takes on a
Sheva.
Sheva, right? That's a Sheva. Okay. Min Shaul. And then you knock off the Min, the Nun, and you double the Shin. Okay. It'll take me some time to grasp that.
I'm just saying, speech sometimes overrides grammatical text. So they tend to use, I'm saying grammatically, there's absolutely nothing wrong with Min Shaul. It's perfect. It's just because of speech and redundancy of words, they have, conjugated as Mishaul. So sometimes when you're reading it, you are wondering, what is Mishaul? What is this conjugation? Right? It doesn't make any sense. Then you have to expand it and realize, it's a merged preposition, and this is the legacy of it. That's why I'm teaching you this. Got it? Great. Before gutturals, which is the Aleph, He, Ain, Chet, and Resh, Min, okay, Min Adam finally becomes Me Adam. Me Adam. The noon takes off, goes for a walk, never comes back. It becomes Me Adam.
Why is Resh considered a guttural when it is not?
It is not a guttural, it's more a rolling of the tongue, but it's categorized as a gut because you cannot put it in a quiescent, neither can you put it in a regular because the regular consonants double. You cannot double a resh.
Yeah. In fact, all these alphabets you cannot double.
You can't. You can't. By nature.
All the gutturals you can't.
Yeah. By nature, you can't double them. Okay. Definite article. We study the definite article, right?
Did we do definite article?
Yeah. Let's do it. The definite article is represented by the consonant he before a regular non-guttural consonant followed by a dagesh forte. Okay. So since the guttural and resh cannot use dagesh forte, the doubled certain adjustments have to be made in pointing of the definite article. Before ordinary letters, excluding gutturals and resh, it is he with patak and is followed by dagesh forte consonant. Before weaker gutturals, that's resh, ain, and aleph, it is khamatz. Before the harsh gutturals, that's he and chet, okay, it is patak, he, and patak. Before the ha, ain, and he, it is he. So look at this. Melech, ham melech. Yom, hayyom. Laila, hallaila. Laila, hallaila. Ir, ha-ir. Rosh, ha-rosh. Choshech, ha-choshech. Hechal, ha-hechal. Ir, v'hechal. Ba, Hamelech, min ha-hechal. The king came from the shrine. Ba, Hamelech, min ha-hechal. These are the rules for using the definite articles with gutturals, with regular consonants, and with some exceptions. Okay, just remember them. But All this can be only applied once. I'm saying you'll sit and read and write together one word at a time. You will realize all these things will come into play. Till then, it's just learning. Okay, the conjugation and, which is a verb, right, is prefixed to any word and is inseparable like the preposition except in the variation explained below. Ordinary, it is without nikud and takes a simple vocal shiva. Adam becomes ve Adam, sus becomes ve sus, ha Adam becomes ve ha Adam, and has sus becomes ve hasus. This is ordinarily, okay. The exception to this now, when the verb, the first exception, when the verb is conjugated with a word whose first letter has a shiva. Since the word cannot begin with a double shiva, the verb takes the form of a shuruk. Ushme'ul. Ushmu'el, sorry. Ushmu'el. U devarim. So this actually should have been ve shmu el, right? Two shivas together. So what happens out here? This cancels out and this becomes a shuruk. Ushmu'el.
What happens to the rule when two Shivas come together? You generally pronounce the second one. So why was there a need for Ve to become Wu?
Because we are not talking about, we are talking about the rule that's inside a word. We're talking about prepositions that are starting a word. Inseparable prepositions. Two shivas that come within a syllable inside of a word, then the first is silent, the second is vocalized.
Right.
We're talking about inseparable prepositions here. Got it?
So in inseparable prepositions, two Shivas cannot come together.
We've seen those other rules before. No? Now this is a different rule. When it is with a vav, right? You will get the vav with the because both of them have the shiva. The shin has a shiva, even dalit has a shiva. So ve shemuel doesn't sound very right. Ve de varim so it becomes ushmuel ud varim. Ushmuel ud varim. Very complex, isn't it? It's very complex. Okay. When the verb is used before the labels from the lips, that's be, ma, and pe, right? Whenever the verb is used before the bet, the mem, and the pe, all of them are from their lips. Be, me, and pe, right? It also takes the shuruk. Bein becomes u bein. Moshe becomes u Moshe. So the labels from your lips. Make a note. Exception 3. When the verb is prefixed to a word beginning with yud and sheva, the yod, like the inseparable preposition, quiesces into a vowel, thus getting the conjugation vihuda. So Yehuda becomes vihuda, like le Yehuda, li huda. The same thing happens with vav, vihuda. And virushalayim. Yerushalayim becomes virushalayim. Interesting. Fourth, before composite Shiva. What takes the composite Shiva? All the gutturals take the composite Shiva. When you're adding the conjugation as a prefix, the preposition and, okay, as a prefix to a composite Shiva, then it takes the liquid of the composite Shiva. So ani becomes va ani. Composite Shiva. Ani becomes va ani. Edom becomes ve Edom. Edom becomes ve Edom. Okay, we're going to learn now today personal pronouns. Very interesting, because when you're reading, you'll need to know what the personal pronouns are. Ani is subjectively it's I. Okay, subjectively it is I. Anoki is myself. Atta is you, masculine. At, you, feminine. Who is he, masculine. He is she, feminine. Anakhnu is we, common. Anakhnu, we. It's on top. Athem is you, masculine. Aten is you, feminine.
Question.
Mm.
There is a you masculine initially also, and now also. So one comes with a patak, one comes with a
you're right. You're right. I should have written it. I'll make that change. This is plural. Athem is plural. Sorry. I should have written plural out here. These are all plural. We, you, they, it's all plural. Okay? My mistake.
1 minute. So Athem is
you, masculine plural. So when you're saying you guys, you, right?
Got it now.
And Athen, you, feminine plural.
Got it.
Hem, masculine, hema. And hen, henna, plural, feminine.
Henna.
These will be very rare, but you just need to know them. This is subjectively. I, me, myself. Now, when you're talking about the second and third person, which is objectively, Othi is me, to me, Othi. Otkha is thee, you. Otak is the feminine. Otkha is masculine. Otak is feminine. Otho is him. Third. Otha, her. Otanu, us, common. Masculine, feminine, common. Otanu. Etchem.
A question. When you see the word us, C is common for both?
Yeah, common for both. C is common.
Otan. So what is the vav? Otanu. Otanu. Oh, okay, got it.
Otanu. Etchem. This is where the plural starts again now. Etchem, you masculine. Etchen, you feminine. Otham, them, masculine. Otan, them, feminine. Ethem, them masculine. Ethen, them feminine.
So what's the difference between etam, and
Where is Etam?
etachem? Etchem. Yeah, that's a segol. 1 minute. Let me just make it bigger.
Etchem.
Etchem. Yeah, that's a segol. Okay. What's the difference between the first one?
Which first one?
1 minute. Let me make it big, please. I cannot read this. Ethem is you masculine plural. Sorry, athem.
Etchem.
Yeah, okay. Athem is you masculine plural, correct?
Which one are you talking about? Can you please tell
In
me?
the first row.
In the first row.
In the first row, the fourth last.
Otham.
Athem.
One.
Not that one. Come to this row. Come, move to the left. Left. Same line, left word. Ah.
This one.
No, you were right. Come
This
to the
one.
first column.
This one.
Yeah.
This is subjectively you.
You said it's plural, right?
Yeah, subjective you. It's subjective. It's subjective. That means you guys. But here it is objectively. This, you.
You just made my life so difficult.
Is it objective and subjective? Because the Hebrew does not have neutral gender. Did you notice that?
I do, but then 1 minute. What is this? It came. It came is also you, plural. I guess we'll just have to learn these by heart. There's no science to it.
No, there's no science to it. You have to learn it by heart.
Okay,
It will come as and when, it can you masculine, it can you feminine, then ethem, them masculine, and ethen, is them.
Oh no, that's a segol. That's not a pata. Command. Sorry.
Just keep it in your mind. All these you'll very rarely find it in the Bible, but it's good to just note and keep it. You'll mostly find. I'll tell you what. Mostly you'll only find this. This is all you'll find. Till ani, anoki, atha, et, who, and he. Maybe anaknu sometimes. That's it. This is basically what you will find. And here you'll find othi, othecha, otan, otan. That's it. These very rarely. Plurality is very rare you'll find. Okay. But just remember these. And we have adjectives with nouns. I won't do the adjectives today. Let me. I'll do it next time.
You just shattered my confidence, sir. Let me tell you.
Why?
With this new stuff. We were happy reading simple words and not knowing what it meant.
See, you've come this far, right?
It's going to take me a month of Sundays to get this into my system.
Let it take 1 year also, no problem. No problem. Alok? Alok?
Yes, sir.
Did you get everything that we studied today?
Yes, I was seeing it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you all in the group. Check it out, okay? And
yes,
and study it. Because when you're reading, I'm reiterating the same thing. Open the scripture, take your book and pen and write one word. And as you're writing one word, contemplatively, you will realize its conjugation. You realize the construct, you will realize the preposition, you will realize the root, and then this is how you meditate. This is biblical meditation. And then all that we're studying today will come alive. Otherwise, it's just hearing. You'll have to write sentences. Okay? You'll have to write sentences. I will do the other things. I'll do nouns and adjectives and other things later. And we'll do numbers and genders and all those other things before we close off the entire thing. And yeah. Any questions? Anything you guys want to? No? I'm putting off the recording.